I'm currently in between the 4th and 5th treatment. The 4th was on Friday, we're Sunday, and tomorrow and Tuesday will be the 5th and 6th treatment. The treatment itself went quite well. It was quite a positive experience for me, and immediately afterwards was okay. They did increase the dosage again. There were no troubles with my blood pressure. The treatment itself was more than tolerable. It was, like I say, positive. And immediately afterwards, I felt a bit woozy, I guess, for a little bit longer after. But otherwise, it was okay. Initially, I still continued to feel okay and positive. But then as the day went on, that shifted a little bit, and I started to be a bit confused and mixed as to how the treatment went. I felt that it didn't last, or it didn't, the effects, the positiveness didn't last. But I am keeping in mind, and it's important to mention, that it was my son's death anniversary on Friday, and that's quite a heavy emotional day, and I think the treatment definitely impacted that for the positive. But I think going immediately into my environment with my son, or my husband and my 4 kids, and my son and his twin that passed away, and thinking about that, I think it definitely changed the progress, or the treatment. But in the end, I still think now, after a few days in, that it was positive. I did notice that I was a little bit tired, especially on Saturday, and even today, feeling a little bit not exhausted, but just a bit sluggish, or tired. My understanding is that can be normal when the treatments are this condensed. Because we're from out of town, they've put the 6 treatments back to back. And normally they would do these 6 treatments, I believe, over 12 or 14 days. So there's a bit more time for the body to recover physically in between, which I'm lacking with this round or series. But overall, it's still okay. I mean, I still managed to go for a bike ride with my children and my husband, and it's not terrible. I just am a bit tired. Overall, I am noticing a shift in my thinking. A lot of the thoughts that previously had been quite repetitive for me, or constant, they've definitely dissipated. I wouldn't say that they've gone away, or that I don't experience them still. They do still come in and out, but they're not as intense, and they're not as time consuming. So that's a relief for me, and kind of reinforces our decision to do this, even if that's all I come out with, because the struggle for me day to day with the thoughts of, especially in particular, not wanting to be here, and not feeling worthy of being here, and the guilt surrounding my son's passing that I carry, to even have just a bit of a break from that is huge. So those thoughts are much less frequent. I don't know that I could put a number on how many times a day, then versus now, but I can definitely say that by the end of the day, I'm a little shocked as to how little I've thought about that, and how less intense it was. And when I did think about it, it wasn't for as long. It was more in passing, versus just sitting on me all day, and I'm trying to trudge through the day with it on my back or in front of my face. So I've definitely been appreciative of that. And in terms of my mood, I would say that it's improved a little bit. I think in terms of the sad feeling all the time, and it's not as intense. It is still there, but I'm not having to work as hard to put on that face or make it so that nobody can really see it, which again is a relief and definitely reassuring. And the last thing that that my husband has noticed more so than I is I'm much less irritable. I'm more able to cope with the kids. Not that I wasn't able to cope with them before, but it took a lot of effort to find that patience and use it and apply it. Whereas now it just seems to be coming much more naturally, much more with ease. And that's something that he brought up that he's noticed over the past almost 4 treatments or 6 days now. So overall, those are positive things, and